Yeah, many thanks for staying with us. You're watching New Dawn, and this is the first edition in the brand new year 2026. Yes, welcome to the interview segment, which promises to be quite insightful. Well, this morning we turn our focus on the police and the society. We are looking at how can the police and the public work together to build safer communities, strengthen trust, and improve security. And we have in the studio the Police Public Relations Officer of the Ogun State Police Command, DSP, Oluseyi Baba Sheyi. So yeah, we will discuss the role of police, community engagement, accountability, and the realities of policing in today's society. So welcome to the show. You're welcome, DSP Oluseyi Baba Sheyi.
Yeah, good morning and thank you very much for welcoming me. Happy New Year to the good people of Ogun State and the residents. Thank you very much.
Okay, if Moses did not introduce me, I'm going to introduce myself. Maybe that's the new start for the new year. Doyisola Ogunbadewa is my name, and I'm glad to be here. The first edition that I'm going to featuring New Dawn this year. So I say Happy New Year to you. Moses, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone.
Okay, talking about police and the society. When we talk about police and the society, we know that building trust and cooperation between communities is key. Because, we have different perspectives of police as citizens. So now, how do you build trust within the communities?
Firstly, for us to notice that the police did not emanate from themselves. The police are members of the society before they were chosen to be policemen or women. So how do we build trust between the community and the society? It's very simple. It's by establishing ourselves within the society, by collaborating with necessary bodies, the media, the institutions, the state, and all. So we have tried to magnify our synergy with the society by, we have the Police Public Relations Department that relates with people. Where you have complaints, you bring it to us, we sort it out, we investigate and sort out. So our way of building trust is by getting closer to the society and by bridging the communication gap. Because if it's not about only communicating, it's also understanding in communication. And we try always to be open to people so that they can communicate with us, then give them feedback when necessary. And when there are issues, we try to de-escalate them to know how we can find a solution to them where necessary. So we as police, we are here for the people. That's why we have the Police Public Relations Officer across every state. And we have ways of disseminating information and receiving information. We have our Twitter handles, we have our Facebook handles, all social media as well. We are there. So in case you have issues or anything, just message us. Oh, I have an issue with an officer. I have this, I have that. We even established the Complete Response Unit, which was the specific purpose of complaints against police officers if there are any issues. Then we also have in Ogun State Police Command as of now, we have the Gateway Shield, which is a platform that was brought under the present Commissioner of Police, CP Larry Ogunlowo, PhD. This platform basically receives general complaints, be it of police officers or any security concerns you have. If you have, for example, you see somebody that is suspicious, you can just call us and we get the information, disseminate it to the right channel, and it will be worked upon. So the Gateway Shield is a platform which has an analog number where it is toll free. Anybody can call in and they will get attention, whether be it in Yoruba, you speak in Yoruba, or you speak in English.
Like a customer.
Yes, it's a bilingual platform. And when you call, we receive the calls. If it's something that's happening under Ibarra Division, we call the DPO, we call his men, we pull out their men to go and check the situation and give us a report on it. There's feedback mechanism on that. Also, we have that same Gateway Shield platform. We also have the website, www.thegatewayshield.com. This website, if you still have security concerns, you can go there, table your security concerns, and we also have public advisory. In case you need advice on anything, we are there for you. And also, that's the second medium of communicating with via the Gateway Shield platform. The third medium, we have this Gateway Shield platform is on the App Store for iPhone users and the Google Play Store for Android users. And while we say this tripartite mode of communication to the Gateway Shield was made possible under the leadership of CP Larry Ogunlo, PhD. You know, he's a technology-driven commissioner of police who has strategically worked in places that had and he has given impact. Like he was before he was CPA, he was the commissioner of police inside of the SIS, and that's the Special Intervention Squad. And he completely did a lot, and he has translated that to the Ogun State Police Command since he arrived there as the commissioner of police. And in December, he clocked 1 year as commissioner of police in Ogun State Police Command. And this before we go on, I have to tell you that this Gateway Shield platform it's open 24/7 for any concerns, anything. And we have the number is 080.
I think we're going to get to that. Your code number.
Okay.
Now, see,
well,
I'm sorry. The way you have said everything is so sweet and it sounds properly planned. But is all these things you've mentioned, is it being carried out the way it's supposed to? Are people really relating with the police with the way they're supposed to relate with them? I know why I'm asking.
Basically, there are concerns from the public in relating with the police. That's a normal thing. Even to relate with your family too, they are always concerned. We have people that are good, they are bad in your family. Yeah, we can only make ourselves accessible, and those who need to communicate with us, we are open to them. That's why we advise if you see something, say something. Don't, the silence of the good people allow bad to thrive. For example, people say, I know if I talk, this thing will happen. People say if I talk, they will trace me. This platform also gives you anonymous reporting. You can report your cases anonymously without divulging who reported. So we know we are trying to build more trust within us and the society, and it's a continuous venture. So it's only if people understand that we are coming with good hands, that's when people can communicate with us openly. But we still encourage people to communicate with us. Thank you.
Well, still on that, because I know that public trust in the police remains quite fragile, and particularly public trust between the police and the youth, the Gen Z. There's this profiling that the typical Nigerian police officer does. Once they see a young guy driving Lexus, they believe that guy is a fraudster, is a yahoo guy. Once they see wearing tattoos, wearing dreadlocks. So away from the press statements, away from this platform, what are the concrete steps really to bridge that gap between the police, particularly Nigerian youth? Because most times they are the receiving end of police brutality.
Basically, if there are concerns, I understand, but we have our numbers accessible to the young men. Basically, I have a community of people I communicate with and tell them that basically if the police stop you and you feel you're not satisfied, call us immediately. Prevention is better than cure. I know that. But basically, as a policeman, your duty is to use your discretion to determine whether a crime is committed or not. So the law has given us discretion to prevent, detect crime. So we don't say we profile people to the extent of tagging them Yahoo boys or not. But when we see things that look suspicious, we have to check and recheck. And that's one of our duties. And I can tell you that most of this check and recheck has led us to recovery of arms and ammunition within Ogun State Police Command and even in general Nigeria, because when we just see things and we don't work on it, it looks as if maybe we have allowed things to go by. People have very mediums of committing crime, but we as police officers, we are trained to be alert to situations and look at situations and try and decipher whether this is right or wrong. So in case people say they are profiled on being called this or that, we have our numbers accessible for you to call. So we assess the situation whether it was as you seem it was. Now I also encourage people to always communicate with police officers in the best and courteous manner. And if there's any stuff that comes about from me that you feel is wrong, call us. My number is everywhere. My number is accessible. I'm so accessible. I pick calls in the midnight. So we make ourselves accessible for your concerns. I've had situations where they stop people and they feel that they are not on their rights, and they check that their documents were not even complete, or they have not done they don't have the right documentation, and now I will now outline it, and this is why they stopped it, this is why they stopped it. Say, oh, seriously, I didn't know about this. Some people don't really know some of this, so we try to educate them when necessary, and if our officers are culpable, we swiftly give the cane and discipline them when necessary. The Commissioner of Police, Ogun State Police Command, doesn't tolerate indiscipline, and in his own words, he wants there to be closure between the society and the police, and he has been working towards it, and he has given mandates to the area commanders and the divisional police officers on that.
Now,
thank you.
Okay, now talking about car documents, what are the car documents the Nigerian police officers are allowed to check or to vet? Because some would say, oh, Nigerian police should just be checking the driver's license, and the FRSC should check the car documents. What are those things that by law the Nigerian police officers are not really allowed to check?
As you know, the Nigerian police is the primary law enforcement agency. Most of the agencies were created from the Nigerian police. Why do you are saying there is a set of documents you can check and you cannot check? But I want to ask you, if the car is stolen, how do you verify a car is stolen? Is it by checking only driver's license or checking?
Because I'm looking at what separate the FRSC, from Nigerian police.
All of us have our duties, and our duties are still intertwined. But what I tell you, should I tell you that when I want to check, if I want to check if for example that there's a car that has been flag stolen, let's say a Toyota Camry car was flag stolen, a Toyota Camry black Toyota Camry, and I see a Toyota Camry car coming, should I, as a police officer, what should I do? Verify all the documents necessary, or should I choose which one I will check or not? If I want to get the chassis number, I should say no, let me leave this one out. In crime prevention and crime detection, every necessary thing should be done. All the things that need to be done should be done. If the documents should be checked. If, for example, you find out that there's something fishy, that's how we have detected lost vehicles. By all this checking and rechecking, stop and search. And I want to even admonish people to know that when you see there's no police officer within 1 to 3 kilometers, you should also know that we need to put our teams in place. So if you say that there's a class of documents we should check or not, I think, how can we do our work properly if we don't scrutinize what is necessary?
So which means the same document the FRC is checking, the Nigerian police also, I'm just looking for that demarcation. I know for example the FRC will look at the tires, will look at the expiring date and all of that. As Nigerian police officers also allowed to do this, is there any demarcation, or is it the same thing they both check?
Anything that can prevent crime. For example, now if I check that this tire is, if I check maybe you are not roadworthy or something, and later on after this thing leads to an accident, if I had done my job properly, at least you would have been able to check your car to know that these things are there.
The ones to determine if a car
is road or not.
No,
we have VIO.
The tire is expired or not.
For you to put your car on the road, you have to have your roadworthiness. That's given by who?
I know, but that should be left for the...
No, the police are not going to do roadworthiness now. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. So we don't do the certificates. We don't even do the checking. It's the VIO that has the power to check to know that your car is roadworthy. And what did they say check that your car is roadworthy? You carry your car for inspection at their facility. Then they give you the certificate that this your car is roadworthy.
And not on the road. They can't check for that.
No. What we do on the road is check whether your documents are right. If you have your roadworthiness inspection, the document, that means your car is presumed roadworthy.
What I'm saying is that the police check for security reasons, right?
Yes.
So if they're checking for security reasons, nothing concerns them with the license, with the roadworthiness and the rest. You can only check, like you have said, that okay, maybe the car is stolen. Somebody has reported to you that a Toyota Corolla black something is missing. Now you want to check the Corolla before either it's the one they're looking for or not. I just want to get you right.
Basically, you should know that for somebody to put his car on the road, you should know he has done all the necessary things. For example, now, it's presumed that somebody, if he has a driver's license, he went to driving school and he certified a driver. Now you see somebody on the road, they don't have a driver's license. It is presumed that he did not go through the right route. So our work is to do to make sure that everybody that is on the road is doing what is expected. And doing what is expected prevents crime.
Okay.
And detects crime too. Because you can detect somebody that doesn't have a driver's license, and we're not even sure that maybe he's driving somebody's car, we're not even sure he's the owner of the car, and we detect that. That can lead us to the fact that maybe this car was stolen. You have seen when drivers of people steal their cars. So it's not based on these things we know that this car is not his car, he's driving his master's car, confirmed from the master, who is from the not even license alone. So for example, the ownership of the car cannot be in driver's name.
Okay.
So when you confirm all these things, you confirm, are you the one that sent this man out? All these little details save a lot of things from going wrong. That is why I can say that all these things can be comprehensively checked by the police, just to know whether the person is authorized or in the right position to drive that car at that point in time.
Okay, so I want to take you back to the relationship of the police and the youth. He was talking about this name we have started some youth now, Yahoo boys. When you see a man with tattoo, with dreadlocks and some or maybe other ways of dressing, like using sword and the rest, in fact, police will easily stop such person, because they assume that, okay, this person is a fraudster or maybe one of the so-called Yahoo boys. And sometimes you see that the rights of these people is being trampled on, like you searching someone's phone. A phone is a personal belonging. You searching someone's portfolio, like a bus, that you have kept your belongings. Let's assume you're traveling, you put it in the boot of your car or in a commercial vehicle. I have seen commercial vehicles, I've seen police stopping commercial vehicles and searched everyone, searched all the bags, all because they feel maybe Yahoo boys are in the car or some boys are there and they are being suspected to be one of these fraudsters. Now, their rights not being trampled on. When you stop them, you search for whatever you want, and then you say that, okay, the car and everything is okay, but because of the dress, because of the tattoo, I believe that their right is to do whatever they want. It's their body. You police, you have something against someone carrying the kind of hair they want, any style of the hair, or what you write on your skin. I want to know, is there any law against that?
I think basically you made some assertions of which I don't agree. You said you feel. This is based on your feelings. You can't say a policeman will not just stop somebody because he has dread. Let me even go down to that. Most people don't even know that when you are traveling and the police stops you and searches your car, it's right. Some people say they should bring search warrant, and I'll be laughing. A search warrant.
Are they not supposed to have a search warrant?
A search warrant is only used for a dwelling house or a building, to search a building.
So
you can be searched
on the road.
Yes, you can be stopped and searched.
Stop and search.
Yes,
is it for human beings or for vehicles? For
human beings and the cars, you can be stopped and searched. That's why we have gotten people that have hidden arms and ammunition within vehicles. If we are not doing these things judiciously, we will not get results. You can feel that if you said they stopped commercial cars and they were searching them for Yahoo boys, I'm not sure that is correct. It's based on your assertion, or I would like to say it's based on your feeling, because the Nigerian police work based on this. We work with prevention, detection. That's our primary duty.
Okay.
So when we stop a car and we feel something is not right, we can search that car. But only one thing I will pick out that maybe it's very wrong is if you say a policeman stops a car and searching people's phone. It's wrong.
But they do that.
But they do, despite the fact that
who have you reported to, and everything within the Ogun Police Command, the Commissioner of Police has mandated that should not be done. And when you see that being done, report. People say that these things are happening, but who is reporting? We have had reports of these things and we address it and punish the officers when necessary. But when you say that they do it, you are a journalist. And you say people they do these things and you don't report it.
You don't inform me that your officers don't seize phones and you know that they seize phones. When they
if you bring it to our notice, we will make sure the right thing is being done. So you can say these things are done. People can escalate things and say these things are done.
Notice, but they are officers too. They know.
Give me a factual situation that happened. Give me a factual situation where this happened. Okay, well, this is just speculation.
Okay,
you know that it happened, but the factual about it, where did this happen?
Don't worry.
Yeah, PPR. Okay, maybe away from the people, lodging complaints and all of that. But how are you also purging? How is police purging itself? Basically, because let's be frank, some people won't report. Some don't even know it is their right to report, and some are even afraid. They believe our police will always protect themselves. And even when you report, of course, you need evidence. If I'm saying, okay, this policeman extorted this driver, I think you need to provide the evidence that, okay, this is how he was extorting the driver. And that time, nobody has that time to say they want to film. So there's always this fear. So how is the police now purging itself?
The police is purging itself by simply we have internal disciplinary mechanisms. We have audio room trials for junior officers if there's allegations against them. There's an adjudicating officer, they say their own part of the story, the complainant says his own part of the story, then decisions will be arrived at. So most times we dismiss officers that have concerns against them. For senior officers, they are given queries, and these queries, they face the first disciplinary committee, which is in Abuja, where necessary. And they are dismissing officers where they are culpable of offences mentioned against them. Why you say that the police may not purge himself, you are saying the police may not do anything. For example, now you complain against the police, but you are not, when it's time to give evidence, and you are nowhere to be found.
Well, because there's this fear.
That's why we are here.
That's
why we are here.
That's why we are asking you these questions, so that they will not see police as devils or
we're not devils. We are accessible. People have made complaints against officers in my DM. I will call. Default the officer immediately. Actions have been taken. But we cannot see, something about these things. If we say everything outside or put on social media, even if we say these people are just whining us, but we have to do what needs to be done, no matter what, whether we are looking for publicity.
That you've done what should be done.
If I've done what I write my recommendations, send to the CP, and he approves. So I can't say I'm so wise in myself, but we are in a system where you are accountable to your superiors, and they see that this, and they agree with it, and the necessary actions are taken.
Okay, do you know
but like how many have been sanctioned in recent times?
I can give you the statistics after this program, but I cannot just sit down every day and be saying one officer this. But I can make sure to give you statistics of 2024, 2025. The sanctions that have been given, and this when I get to the office, we have the research and planning that collates all these things and keeps it in our record. I can give that.
So basically, just use this opportunity to assure the people that when they report, it will be worked on, because there's always this fear of, police protect themselves. We don't want to, join issues with the Nigerian police. So when people even see things that are not normal, they tend to keep quiet. For example, allegation of extortions. We see that it's not even like we see that every day. Particularly extortion, the way police extort, commercial drivers.
Basically, the good people of Ogun State and the residents, please endeavor to report. When you see something, say something, please. It helps us to have closure with the community. And I'm not happy with you that for you to see these things and you don't bring it to our notice. I'm not. It's easy for people to say. No. What I know, I work on. And I find solutions to them. But when you see all these things and you report to us, it gives us closure.
Yeah, of course. This is also one of the ways of
journalists always come to my DM. Officer, this thing happened here. I call immediately and find closure on the solution. So, but if you are telling that this is
evidence, I can see. But then there's this fear of what if I'm seeing recording.
Just give us the location of where it's happening.
Okay, the location is enough.
We have the X code in the command that we sweep any location you see that there's extortion and you see the officers that they will have the X code, you give them the information, they sweep it. We have the CP monitoring squad too that monitors officers, that police of the police. We have the provost department, that's one that disciplines officers where necessary. So if you don't give us this information, there's no way we can swiftly act on them. So we need it to be open to us. That is one of the things that people want to always do. Okay, on the media, I know everything. I saw these things. Well, how have you reported to? There are channels of communications, and my number is there. I have only one phone number. And my Twitter is there, my Facebook is there. I receive concerns.
Okay.
I work on somebody said that in Edo State, something happened. I gave the person the complaint, the emergency numbers in Edo State. He saw results. So I'm not working in Edo State, but I'm open to every complaint in Ogun State and every necessity that can bring closure with all members of the society.
In the past, I mean, I know senior police officers would disguise, move around and see things themselves. So is that still being done?
Yes, the commissioner of police does that. He even delegates the deputy commissioners to do so too. So even at times, to me too, when we're in the public, when I go, I see things. I will caution the officers when necessary. These things are wrong. Call the DPO. The day I was passing, I won't say the division. One of the officers did something. I had to drive into the division and speak to the DPO. Sir, this thing, please caution your men. This, and it was cautioned immediately. So we are doing these things, but it's not everything will come outside and be saying we are doing. But we are doing a lot. The plenty good we are doing will not be. People will not acknowledge it because it is not newsworthy.
Well, that's why you have to put it out there.
No, we are putting it out. Putting them out.
So when you sanction, when you demote people, you have to put it. I know at headquarters is being done in Abuja when they demote officers and all of that. But I just feel we just have to do more.
No, we will do. Well, we will do more. We will notify people so that people will understand that this is not. It is not a kangaroo parade.
Okay. Let's move away a bit because I'm still coming back to you, please. But I know that 100% you cannot satisfy the society because even the society is too large and you can't cover all. And also the society has their own part to play if the police will function well, like you've been saying. Now, let's talk about how the police department prioritizes community engagement and outreaches. Do you reach out to the society, like you said, you have mentioned your platforms and the rest? Do you have programs that educate people like you are doing now that you do maybe on your own as Ogun State Command and maybe in all the divisions you encourage people to come and tell you whatever is happening in their domain? Do you have workshops? Do you have seminars that you organize often for them?
Thank you very much. Basically, Nigerian Police and the Nigerian Police and Ogun State Police Command have always done outreaches. Just recently, before the Christmas began, we have the POCA COF, that is the Police Committee Against Cultism and Other Vices. They did a walk for the Christmas to sensitize people so that they should be crime free throughout the Christmas and the festivity and keep that crime free nature throughout the year. This year present, as you have seen, if people invite us for occasions or to sensitize the community, we do so. We do programs in the area command through the PCRC, that is the Police Committee. Police Community Relation Committee, Police Community Relation Committee, that's PCRC. So we do outreaches. We reach out to the people at the marketplaces to explain to them this is what is right and what is wrong, and how they can fight for their rights where necessary. And also the marketplaces, the schools. As you know, Ogun State has the highest number of tertiary institutions in Nigeria, and we are partnering with the universities to sensitize their youth on how to be crime-free and how to do what is necessary. Like one of the things that has always been on our mind is fighting against Afri. Sometimes people will say you have issues with people and you say you want to retaliate back, and you forget that you retaliating back makes you culpable on these issues. Somebody say I'm the one I went to police station to first complain, and they're supposed to be the complainant. But when you have fought with the person already, there's a physical contact. You are culpable for Afri.
Not self-defense now.
You can't say you are. What if in your self-defense the person dies? The person dies. You are trying to say the law should leave you alone. If you have issues with people, rush to the police station. This person came to my house and was shouting. No. But if you want to go to fight first and you come and report and say police have detained me, no.
But at times to solve in a matter that maybe there's a fight or someone is just punching you, at that point you cannot run away. There's also a room for self-defense. Or when can self-defense be really justified?
Self-defense is justified. Your retreat is a self-defense on its own. If you retreat from fight, it's a self-defense on its own.
So in a situation you cannot even retreat.
There's no situation you can retreat.
There's no situation you can't retreat.
It's you that maybe you have not thought out of the box. If you kind of every situation has,
in a situation where you're in a room, let's say the room is locked, there is no way out. And this person is all over
Not
you.
just one, maybe you have
exactly. So I'm saying at times there are rare situations when you cannot retreat. Is self-defense justified at that point?
Self-defense is relative, but I still stand on the fact that you can retreat when necessary.
There are rare situations.
Yes.
DSP.
That what I said is relative.
Okay.
I'm sure you know relativity, what it means. So, but you can retreat and get justice by reporting to the nearest police station.
Okay, let me see. I told you that I will come back to the police. Let's talk about the excessive force and misconduct within the police. How can the police department address this? You know, that's one of the reasons people see the police as an institution they can't approach.
Yeah, high-handedness.
Okay, if you go there now, they have the power. They can say this, they can say this and this and. You know, so many people do not even want to move close to them because of the excessive force. And if you see, at least we've seen some, we've heard about brutalities, the police brutality in the past, and so many other vices like that. We know it's everywhere, not just in the police force. All sectors, at least, will have bad eggs. But now, how can the police department deal with their instances of misconduct and excessive force?
I think I've answered that question before by telling you that for junior officers we conduct on-the-room trials, and if there are evidences against you or there are complaints against you, we conduct on-the-room trials to ascertain and adjudicate to know the extent of culpability of the officer. For senior officers, they are giving queries and these queries are forwarded to Abuja. The discipline of senior officers are taken so serious to the extent that when these are forwarded to Abuja, you face the first disciplinary committee. Then they recommend to the Police Service Commission, and there's a verdict from the Police Service Commission, either taking action on the officer. So in Ogun Police Command, we take this very serious. That's why we have the monitoring unit. We have the complete response unit. And that was specifically made for the purpose of reporting officers that are erring or that have done things that are against the law.
But I'm interested in torture. We've seen cases where suspects, have been tortured or suspects are being tortured. And I know that when it comes to international practices, there are calls against use of excessive force or torture, torturing suspect, because at that point they are still suspects even by the time they are judged to have committed an offense. So at what point is torture legal, at one point is it illegal, or is it illegal in all ramifications?
In Ogun State Police Command, under the leadership of Sipilani Ogunlo or PhD, we don't the Nigerian police also don't condone torture. It is not permissible under the law for it to torture the suspect. And we have not heard any such complaints since the leadership of the CP. And if there are any such complaints, bring it to our notice, because we don't allow it. And also, to the extent that we protect the rights of suspects, we don't display the faces of suspects when we are doing our press releases. If you check our press releases recently, you will never see the suspect's face, because there is a presumption of innocence, and we don't parade suspects again.
Oh, okay.
The parade of suspects has been stopped. When last did you see police parading suspects? So it's based on the ACJA, that's the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. It gives priority on presumption of innocence, and this is what we are working on. And we have directives from the Force Headquarters to not parade suspects, but only to parade exhibits where necessary.
Okay.
Well, that is why you see people will say that police are not posting the criminal. You are lying to us. You do not see the face of the criminal. You are lying to us. But we have to follow the law in everything we are doing. And this is because the law says it, so we can't go against it. So people say, you are lying to us, you are just whining us. But we have to keep the law no matter in our accountability. And that is why accountability to the law and the people. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's talk about technology. I want to know, in recent times, what are the improvements that Ogun State government, or let's say Ogun State Command, has been able to research on and is helping in protecting or in the policing of the society?
Yeah, I spoke to you earlier about the Gateway Shield platform. It's a technological platform. It's the digital platform of the Ogun State Police Command.
Okay.
And to that extent, it has bridged the gap. Should I tell you about we have the phone number, we have the website, you can download the app, download the app on Play Store or App Store where necessary. This is a tripartite approach to us getting closer to the community. How would I say? The market woman in Turkey can call. This thing has happened though, so. The person that is digital savvy can go to the website, make his complaint. The person that is maybe more digital savvy can go to the that's technology. You talk about technology.
Get my question. Can you sit down in your office and still know what is going on at Kuto? That's what I'm saying.
Yes. By reports being made to us and by.
Is it just the report?
Yes, we have surveillance cameras, CCTV around.
Those are the things I want to hear.
That is done by the state government and internationally the police. So all these things are accessible to us. We see if crimes are committed on the way, we can see to the extent of what the evidence is gathered or not. So it is on ground already.
Because why I'm asking is, if we just say that people should go to the website, they should call you, they should do this. Some things do happen, and maybe in the next few seconds the evidences would have disappeared. So, but if you have these technological appliances in place and you can see things yourself without anyone reporting to you, you sit in your office, you can see what is going on at Twitter, and when somebody now called and say, hey, so thing happened, you tell the person,
you can verify.
I have seen it. You have first-hand information. That's what I'm saying. So is that something the Ogun State Police Command is doing in improving the surveillance and even striking balance in the use of technology with surveillance and individual privacy rights?
I've said it before, the Ogun State Police Command is working in partnership with the Ogun State government, and we are on that. There are CCTV cameras in some areas in the state.
Okay.
So, but the extent of this implementation is time and chance that gives to that. But you cannot expect me to come and give you all the full details. What if where we put the camera is somewhere I cannot disclose to you? OGTV now, if you are going to report a situation, you know when you are giving information about it, you report it. Or if are you just waiting for things to happen before you report? Yeah, there's always a chance for communication, for things to be verified or not. So if you are saying all this, you should know that the society is driving faster to the technological area, and those things are being put in place.
Okay.
But it's a mandate of the police and their partners.
Yeah, still building on our question, because these days you hear things like ungoverned areas, within the state.
No, there's no ungoverned.
So in Ogun State, every area.
There's no ungoverned area within Ogun State.
Okay.
Every forest, every place is governed. Every place is under surveillance within Ogun State. So these are speculations. That's one of the things I tell you. When you bring out things to our notice, we dispel where necessary. Everywhere in Ogun State is under surveillance, and we have intelligence reports about every day. Our DPOs gives us intelligence reports 3 times in a day of their AOR, the area of responsibility. So no place is ungoverned in Ogun State.
Okay, let's talk about mental health and policing now. How can police departments better respond to mental health crisis in the community? Because I have seen cases they will call police maybe when a mentally retarded person is causing trouble somewhere, and the first person that comes to mind is, let's call the police. How do you handle such situations? Is it part of the responsibilities of the police?
Everything is part of our business. Because prevention and detection of crime. What if that retarded person commits a crime? So it comes to our notice too. So what we do is, when these situations, we have our medical team in the state command. So it's headed by an assistant commissioner of police. So when these kind of things, we contain the said person and transfer him to the Ministry of Health to do the necessary assessment of the person and take care of the person when necessary. So that is our own duty we have done, and we have handed over to the necessary agency that is involved to carry on with their duties and check on the person and
okay, what if there is an officer that is involved, like prioritizing the officers' mental health and well-being. Are you doing that? You know, that's
yes,
for the citizens.
we do so. We do so. The Commissioner of Police, Ipilari Ogunlowo, every day admonishes officers to check their BP, check themselves, and the medical to be inclined with their medical health, their mental health, and their medical. Their vitals. For example, that is to know your BP,
vitals,
your heart rate, and all these things. He does it. Like I even tell you, I'm not supposed to say this. He does it. He checks his own every day.
What I'm saying is.
So no, I'm not through yet. What I'm trying to tell you is that if anything involves an officer, we transfer it to our medical facility immediately and take care of the officer when necessary. And we have been doing so. But it's not something we could come outside and be celebrating people that are sick.
No, I'm not saying you should tell us, but that we just want to say we want to have a society where we have sane police that they work with a sound mind. Because I know some police officers that you ask questions, maybe work is different from personal life. The way some police live their lives aside their job, it can affect their job too. Because when you see a police officer consuming lots of alcohol and some of other substances, you know, if such person now goes for duty, you won't know, because all those things can affect the way he works.
And maybe I should also add to that the physical fitness, you know, of a policeman. So if you're so speaking, because even the dress and the appearance at times, you see some of our policemen shabbily dressed, some, I don't know, maybe physically they may not look so fit.
That's why I said
maybe
individuals.
Maybe it has nothing to do with their appearances. Because see a police with a very big pot belly and you are wondering how will this person, you know, chase or apprehend criminals.
Basically, when every police officer is posted, there's duty parade and posting. The officer in charge, if it's a DPO or the head of department, always parade them, check them to know their state of health and everything before they are paraded for posted. So this is a daily thing. We do it twice a day because we even protect the health of our officers to the extent we have shift duty. You cannot throughout the 7 days, officers cannot be 24 hours on the change duty with other people. So this is part of the checks on their mental health and their medical welfare. So the Commissioner of Police prioritizes this, and the postings of every division is sent to the headquarters every week. So to vet, to know whether the DPO is keeping to the standard of this. So you mentioned something about dressing and all these things. During this duty parade and posting, we check all these things. And it's one of our priorities for us to present ourselves in the right way. But where all these things, and we do this weekly, the DPOs check their men daily to know whether they are upright and in the right stuff. So we will continue doing our necessary ways. And he talked about whether they are physically fit.
Yes.
We do training and retraining, and part of when you do training and retraining, maybe there's a 1 week course. One of the things about prioritize is jogging. In the morning there's mental, there's physical fitness exercise, and all these things boils down to all these things. But we still encourage our officers in their personal life to acclimatize themselves with physical exercises so as to give them a balance.
But they also check their weight. You know, even for example, in sports, in football, you see the coach checking the weight of the players.
Yes, on Wednesday, even on Wednesday, especially at the headquarters, we have it in the office. We check out the weight, height, all this necessary things, because you have to know so that you don't know so that you check whether you are being obese or not. So everything is in place. It's just that we cannot just be doing video recording of everything.
Because I could recall, you know, when I wanted to join the Nigerian police, they said that I'm flat-footed, that a flat-footed person, you know, cannot join the police, and you know,
by now you would have been.
I have to leave. But at times I see, you know, some policemen that are, you know, flat-footed like myself.
Those are allegations, though. The trainings are really done properly. So we
okay. Well, we go with that. The trainings are being done properly. Okay. Now let's attend this suspense, but we must touch, you know, this area. You know, kidnapping is a general issue, you know, in the country, and yes, people want to know. What's the assurance 2026? What will be done differently? Speak to residents regarding this issue. Allay the affairs, basically regarding the abduction.
The Commissioner of Police, State Police Command, Ipilari Ogunlowo, has given marching orders based on the directives of the IGP, because they go for conferences every now and then, that we should increase surveillance. We have increased surveillance within the Ogun State environment. we have the area commanders and the divisional police officers that have marching orders to increase patrols and regular patrols, even foot patrols, to do foot patrols also. So you see most of the time you see stop and search. So within some places you say no, why this is illegal duty? They lie. These are things we are doing to forestall all these crimes within the community, and we continue every day. I give you an assurance that every day the commissioner of police comes to the office. He always does briefing and gets the information necessary, and he is briefed on any issue that is happening, and he gives directives on. He doesn't wait. There's no bureaucracy in Oluseyi Police Command. Directives are acted on, are given and acted on, and this is part of the reasons we're enjoying people to know that we are here for them and their safety is our concern, and they should see something and say something. The area commanders, DPOs, everybody has been put out on high alert to give us to patrol their areas, get intelligence, surveillance of their areas, and fight crime intensively.
Okay, let's quickly talk about the challenges that police face. You know, there is no way you will not have challenges with people that you, especially in the community that you are, everyone cannot cooperate with you. So let's just have some of the challenges and maybe the ways you think you can overcome them this year. Because we've been talking about some of them, like the citizens are being afraid of coming to the police, like you've been saying. So now, how are you coping with the challenges, and how do you intend to overcome them?
The only way the challenges we have is basically we are continuing to work towards forestalling the challenges by building more trust with the communities and society. We know that people may have concerns, they don't want to communicate, but we are willing to bring ourselves to them. That is why we have we give out our numbers. Okay. That is why we do community outreaches. We go to the necessary places. Our DPOs and area commanders have meetings with stakeholders within the community, whether it's the market women, the scrap seller. Everybody is enjoying. We do weekly meetings. We visit them to sensitize them on what is right and what is wrong, and all these things. And they meet us together. And this has given us strength to make the people understand that we are here for them. Because without the community, there will be no police.
So also of the farmer, no herders, no clashes. We're also ensuring that there is smooth relationship between the farmers and the herders, so that it will not result into clashes that we've saw a few years ago.
This is Oluseyi Police Command. We don't record such. Everybody is within their boundaries and know what is expected of them. So we sensitize everyone, and that is those complaints are not known to Ogun State. If you are talking about other states, they have complaints of such.
What about communal clashes?
Where there are human beings, there are tendencies of clashes to be. So it's something that where those kind of things happen, we the police come into it, settle the people when necessary. Where there are crimes committed, we charge the necessary people to court. We try to keep the peace, and it's something that we have always been on, keeping the peace.
Okay, talking about police accountability, some people, they have issues with the police because of that, and you also think that police accountability and reform is a bit low, that you need to upscale it in this year?
If as you are saying, today I'm here today on the program, that is part of the accountability. So we are upscaling already, and we are trying to do what's necessary, and we'll make sure that we are more accessible and more accountable to the community. So we are trying our best in every which way. So it may look as if we are not doing anything, but with little drops of water will get the bucket full at the end of the day.
Okay.
So that would take time.
Okay. Whereas we round off, we must touch on this. On Monday, the former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua was involved in an accident in which two persons died. There are several reports. Did the driver overspeed? If we find that the driver has been arrested, can you give an update regarding this?
Basically, when the accident happened at about 11 a.m. on that Monday, in synergy with other security agencies, they got to the area, did the necessary thing, evacuated the body, the people to the hospital, the necessary people to the hospital, and the ones that were, and two were confirmed dead by the medical doctor before they were taken to the mortuary at Shagam. And those that were injured were taken to the hospital for medical attention. And to that extent, we know that Anthony Joshua is very well now. He has been discharged from the hospital, as you know. We, the Nigerian police, did what? We took the car into custody. With the Shagam division, the car that Anthony Joshua was in is in Shagam division. Investigations are ongoing. Later on, when the driver was discharged from the hospital, he's now in our custody in Ogun State Police Command, and we are doing all necessary to unravel the situation of what happened that led to the accident. And the Commissioner of Police, Ogun State Police Command, Sipilari Ogunlowo, made sure the case was handed over to the State Motor Traffic Department, and they are on the matter. And we assure you there will be updates within time, and where there is any further updates, we will communicate. But we know that we pray those that have died their soul should rest in peace. And thank you very much. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, as we go now, you may want to, I don't know, maybe your phone line for those that want to reach you, or maybe to give intelligence, and or how can they reach the Ogun State Police Command, emergency lines, anything at all. Maybe your handles on social media, because people should also be able to report on Twitter. So just give it out to our viewers.
Basically, my phone number is 0816 238 2281. 0816 238 2281. My social media handle is just Babasheyi Oluseyi. Just search it out. You get it everywhere.
Are you on Instagram?
Everyone, Twitter, Snapchat, Thread.
Oh, okay.
So I have widespread everywhere. You can also check for Ogun State Police Command on all these platforms. We are there on all these platforms, Snapchat, TikTok, everywhere. We are there. So, and also, I told you about the Gateway Shield platform before. If you don't download the application on the App Store or the Play Store, or the website www.thegatewayshield.com, you can access the number. It's still free. You can, every call you make is us that bearing the cost. That's 00 9111. I'll go again. 080-00-9111. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and please, if you see something, please say something.
Okay, thank you so much, DSP Oluseyi Babasheyi at the PRO Ogun State Command. You've heard from him. Well, I wish 2026 we record a safer Nigeria, safer Ogun State.
Also be quite free.
Yeah, of course. So best of luck in what you do, DSP. I know it's not easy. So many complaints, here and there, but you have to. That's your job. You have to bridge this gap between the public and the police. So yes, happy New Year once again. Thanks so much for watching. It's a wrap now on New Dawn. Doisola, we have to go.
Yes, we are leaving already, but join us again on Monday for another edition with our colleagues. Thank you for watching. Bye.